Hello, historians. Welcome back to another episode of Professor Davis Says, where anybody can be a historian. I'm Ed Davis, your social historian. And before we go any further, be sure to subscribe to this channel. Please be sure to subscribe to this channel. Also, give the thumbs up, hit the like, make commentary later on when you're watching this video. Now, of course, you all know that the premise for the entire month of April in the title, okay, it's called Pandemics of the Past. Okay, so remember the hashtag Professor Davis Says, but also you can hashtag Pandemics of the Past, where we talk about past global and national pandemics, and we make some relevance between COVID-19, all right, or the novel coronavirus, what we're experiencing today, and of course, the issues of the past, and we can help seek and find solutions to help improve the quality of life. Okay, so my job is to inform you about these things moving forward. So we looked at issues with the Spanish flu 102 years ago during episode 1, which was a epidemiological phenomena. We also talked about episode 2. It was relegated towards the Great Depression, okay, which many people were depressed, lost their jobs, and it started in October of 1929. The third episode was predicated towards another global calamity, which was World War II, which many people died, including 400,000 Americans, and between 40 million and 60 million globally speaking. Now, this episode, okay, is called the Civil Rights, and we're going to underscore the Freedom Riders, okay? Again, civil rights. The civil rights era was phenomenal, okay, in certain bad ways and certain positive ways. But again, the Freedom Riders were unique. And so I want to tell you just a quick story about the Freedom Riders. The Freedom Riders were a group of Americans, okay, comprised of mostly two ethnic different backgrounds. 50% of them roughly were European American, they were Caucasian, and the other half were African American, all right? Overwhelmingly, all the Caucasian Americans were from the North. They were from above the Mason-Dixon line, all right? So they were college educated. They were in a different tax bracket as their counterparts on that same bus, because you know they took buses to travel to the South to help defeat the scourge of civil rights, or the scourge of racism rather, okay, because that's what this was all about. These Freedom Riders got on Trailways and Peter Pan buses and also Greyhound buses. They left Washington, D.C., they left Dearborn, Michigan, they left other northern points of destination to come to the South, all right, to help fight and deter racism and also discrimination and all types of segregated elements that plagued our country in 1961. Okay, that was the year when they were started, 1961. So you have to see some of the relevance between what's going on today with the White House teaming up with the World Health Organization, and they're both teaming up with the CDC, or the Center for Disease and Control Prevention, you know, to combat this global pandemic that we call the coronavirus. So again, you have a group of people, intellectuals, military minds, politicians, average citizens coming together to be on one accord to fight this scourge, okay, this pandemic, which has killed thousands of people globally. And of course, it's infected over 1 million people globally as well. And so we're still in this fight. And of course, we're looking back at the past and examining what we did 100 plus years ago. We're examining what we did 70 years ago. We're examining what we did 50 years ago. And of course, our recipe, that is, and we'll come up with that to move forward, to prepare a dish for success for 2020 and beyond. So that's what this is all about. My job is to inform you, that way you can make it applicable, and that way we can help enhance the quality of life and empower people moving forward. Okay, so again, I want to say thank you for those who've tuned into this episode. We've got one more, okay, before we switch over the beat at this time. So remember, Professor Davis Says.